Hey, this your boy King Pool. I'm just putting a little El Gato gameplay first time. I think it's pretty good. Hope y'all check it out. Appreciate it.
Let's go! Let's go! Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then it's a revolution, I suppose. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa.
We're coming at you from the Staples Center in beautiful downtown Los Angeles as the Clippers prepare to take the floor. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at DeAndre Jordan.
Now, Jordan has a 9.5-foot standing reach. When you combine that with outstanding leaping ability, then you can see why Jordan can be such a lethal defender.
Yeah, very true, Steve. It's even tougher if you're the one trying to do the shot block. He has such great length and leaping ability that trying to go up and swat him is just asking to be put on a poster. Spurs would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. This is a hot team. They currently hold the best record in the entire NBA.
Well, mentally, physically, strategically, everything has fallen into place for this club. They're bound to hit a bump in the road at some point, but for right now, I mean, it looks like this winning streak may go on for a while.
Well, Steve, you're right again. I mean, it's hard to find fault with any part of their game at this time. I mean, their confidence level continues to rise and rise, and you see that with every win. Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Tony Parker. Barnes kicks to Collison. That three off the mark.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yes, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
And I believe we've got a report from the studio now with Damon Bruce. Damon, you there?
Thanks so much, Kevin. Let's quickly bring up the scores from the games that already are in the books. Out at New Orleans Arena, it was the Pelicans losing to the Grizzlies. Their top scorer was Anthony Davis. And for the Mavericks, they took the win against the Jazz in Utah. So far, they've split their last 6 games. Dirk Nowitzki had the team hot. That's here in the studio. Now let's get back to Kevin Harlan and the gang. Kev, take it away.
And thanks for the update, Damon. We'll catch up with you again at halftime.
Yeah, an important day, guys, in the Western Conference. Those games are going to tell us a lot about some teams.
Think about how great Parker's been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Kicks it out to Leonard, and stolen by Barnes.
Sneaky, crafty defensive work that time. Didn't overplay his hand there. Waited until the time was right and then came up with the steal.
Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Griffin dishes to Paul. There's the lob to the hoop, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine. You know what I love about Tim Duncan is that early in his career, he was so dominant on the block at both ends of the floor. And as his career has gone on and he's taken on a little bit lesser role with the Spurs, it's never bothered him. He's just accepted whatever role Greg Popovich asked of him. And now he's still a very effective player, but the Spurs have become more of a perimeter-type team, and that's just fine with him.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Steve, you're talking about Tim Duncan accepting a changing role as time goes on. And, you know, what can be a challenge, you think, Clark, for a guy like that when he has to grow into different positions over the course of his career?
Well, for Tim Duncan, I don't think it was hard at all because it's all about winning for him. It's not about the numbers as long as he contributes to winning, and that makes him happy. So he adjusted, but it wasn't a big deal for him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He emphasized the need to set good, hard screens at the offensive end. He said the pick-and-roll opportunities are going to be there for them as long as they time those screens correctly. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Paul kicks to Griffin. It's stolen by Duncan. Poked loose. Here's Griffin. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
Defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And they're getting out in transition, too, finding some easy points on the fast break.
Here's Ginobili. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Ginobili's got his first bucket of the night. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage, like they did that night, Kevin, is light it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top.
No good on the second free throw.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
Mills passes to Ginobili. Shot is blocked. They recover it. Outside, Green to the left wing. Turkler inside the line. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
Here's Collison after the made shot from Bellinelli. And Davis puts it in.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Now here's Ginobili. He's coming off a 22-point game against Chicago. There's the dish to Mills. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Collison. Pass to Davis. One second left. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 3rd assist on the night. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 12. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Tune in Monday, March 17th. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls. Live from United Center. Be there.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're forcing a lot of turnovers with their quick hands and ability to play the passing lanes.
Well, you talk about quick hands, but I think it's the mindset of being aggressive and then obviously being active with the hands, tracing that ball so you can come up with deflections that may lead to steals.
Chris Paul and Willie Green are manning the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now here's Paul. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Now Griffin inside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. The later we get in the season, the hotter these teams have gotten. You're shooting leaders since the All-Star break in the NBA. The Clippers third.
Yeah, and they're playing unselfishly, trying to get good shots every single time down the floor, and it's really paying off for them.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Joseph with the ball, headed now by Barnes. Second shot opportunity. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Spurs shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Well, how about the numbers for this club? As a team, 79% from the free throw line this year.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Now here's Paul. A 17-point game for him in the win against Phoenix.
And what stood out to me in particular was his gorgeous playmaking out there. He was finding his teammates in great positions to score.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, the more you watch Kawhi Leonard play, the more you realize that he is the perfect fit for the Spurs. I mean, he just looks like a Spur, and he's only been in the league a couple of years. Plays great defense, shoots from deep at a high rate, and really knows, accepts, and embraces his role on the team.
And back to Kawhi Leonard. Coach Popovich sees him as their defensive stopper on the wing. But not just that. He thinks he's going to be a star in so many ways.
Well, he could become the face of the franchise, Kevin, if you think about it, once Tim Duncan and Parker and Ginobili move on. But, you know, Popovich, not one prone to hyperbole, but he absolutely loves this kid.
But they recover it. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Tony Parker is checked in for San Antonio. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. This is DeLeonard. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Barnes kicks to Green. Paul dishes to Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Pushing it up. Blocked. Griffin against Parker. Jordan. And it's blocked by Duncan. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Green with the block. Right side, Jordan. Back to Green. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And the officials called the foul, reaching out and committing the intentional foul here, and his teammates are baffled.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at him like, what are you doing? I mean, I think he just lost track of the situation.
Boris Diaz checked in for Tim Duncan. Now here's Paul, averaging 18 points a game. Clock is at 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it. Now it's about time somebody scored. This is ugly.
Yeah, grit and grind ugly. That's how I would describe it. Every bucket counts double in a game like this one, or at least it should count double.
Paul with the ball, by Green, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Leonard. After the made shot from Jordan, it's off his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And the Spurs making a change here. Double team on Parker. And the rejection by Turkoglu. Paul outside. The pass to Turkoglu. Fires the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And Antonio calls timeout. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, that last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. I mean, they got some key points from their reserves.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He said to his players, we can do a lot of damage if we get more aggressive about driving the lane and taking it into the teeth of this defense. Guys, they've got a decent hold to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Thanks again, Doris. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
And here's Turkoglu for three, and another three for the Clippers. Steve talked about the contribution they got from their bench in winning this matchup last time, Clark, and it was a great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench, and the coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserves can handle their weight.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, guys, it was just their night. It seemed like they hit every shot they looked at.
Absolutely. It was just one of those games where the hot shooting of a couple of players eventually just infected everybody.
And here we can check out the story on Chris Paul. Great work over the last month. First in assists. And he's among the top 5 in the league in steals, so he's been a real disruptive force at the defensive end.
And you know, you threw his #1 assist ranking out there, Steve, and what's really impressive is that not only is he creative, but he's a willing passer. The guy wants to give it up, and he really makes it easy for his teammates to score because he's so good at giving them the ball in ideal position.
Clippers leading by 13. Pass to Davis. Ball against Ginobili. Collison, the pass to Paul. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Turkoglu. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Turkoglu's got 14.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
The Spurs making a switch here. Joseph's checked in. Now here's Turkoglu. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And he commits the intentional foul. Knocked away. It's stolen by Davis. And he dunks it down.
Keeping up the pressure here. I like that. When you have a lead, don't let up.
Yeah, this game could be over soon if they keep pounding it the way they are.
And Joseph kicks to Duncan. Can't get it to go. 3 seconds left. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
And Duncan, no good on that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. The Clippers on top, ending the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin, and obviously a high-scoring half for you guys in this one, Blake. What was the key to breaking it open?
It starts on defense. You know, our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out in the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and shots start to fall.
Blake, thank you. Kevin, a complete culture change with this organization.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And we'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly, but first, the halftime show.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
I'm Damon Bruce. Hello, and welcome to the Halftime Report out in L.A. It isn't even close. The Los Angeles Clippers in front against San Antonio. They've benefited from some excellent contribution from their bench, providing scoring in bunches when called upon. It's been a major advantage. An impressive first half for Hedo Turkoglu. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. Now for the Spurs, not looking as good so far. Missed free throws, all too common thus far. You have to be able to punish a team for fouling you. And Tim Duncan standing out early. Manu Ginobili also been a big...
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back as we return here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Turkoglu. 16 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him too.
Well, they'd be in a much different position in this game if he wasn't burying those long balls.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. All up top, covered by Parker. From deep, Turkoglu. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
I don't think there's any question that Chris Paul is one of the top point guards in the league. Whether or not he's the top point guard is a matter of debate. But when you look at his total package, you can clearly understand why he's considered by some to be the top point guard in the league. Leadership, excellence in every facet of the game. And defensively, I think he does an outstanding job at the point of attack.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. When you talk about big-time career assists, these are the players all-time with the gift of assist. And you look at this list of the all-time leaders, you're looking at the legends of the game, the greats of the game, past and present.
Yeah, names like Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, John Stockton. Of course, not just great passers, but you look at the longevity. I mean, that's an achievement in its own right.
Feeds to Barnes for the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Parker's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Efficient offensive, great passer, great defender as well.
But his height, that's always been the knock on him. I mean, he's, I think, barely 6 feet tall. He can still dominate a game. It's incredible.
The Spurs have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
You survey other point guards in the league and ask them who their toughest assignment is, and a lot of them will tell you it's Tony Parker. I mean, his ability to weave in and out at the speed he does just drives would-be defenders mad over the course of 4 quarters. Parker is always in attacking mode.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told the team he can live with giving up 3-point shots, but that they cannot give up any more easy looks inside. He made that crystal clear. Clearly some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. And Clark, you mentioned the penetration ability of Tony Parker. He really has become the focal point of the Spurs drive and kick offense, Steve. So fun to watch.
Yeah, you talk about his speed and quickness, but it's really all about the overall skill level, the ability to finish in the lane, the knockdown jump shooting, the free throw shooting also improved. It's incredible how well-rounded Parker has become.
Is he the fastest point guard, you think, in the NBA?
I would say yes.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. San Antonio making a switch here. Diaz checked in. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And so it's San Antonio with it. The drive by Green. And that one's good. Parker.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Ball against Green. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Green with the ball. Rejected by Barnes.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
I'll tell you what, that is going to be an alley-oop we'll see on the highlight reel the next few days.
Back to Collison. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. A three from Barnes. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw.
You know, CP3 did a lot of things, guys, to change the culture of the Clippers, but one that maybe gets overlooked is how much he encourages and models talking on defense with his team. If you don't call out a screen or a rotation on his team, he'll call you out about it.
Los Angeles leading by 18. Paul dishes to Collison. The drive by Paul and the dunk by Georgia.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
It certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
And we've seen the Clippers turn around over the last few years. It doesn't just happen purely with talent, although it helps certainly. But, Steve, a lot of it has to do with the change in the team's mindset.
Yeah, you can load up a team with a bunch of scorers and talented players, but if they aren't playing for each other and motivated to have each other's backs, then it does nothing. And I think Paul has done wonders for just the chemistry and the mindset of this Clippers team.
Mills, that drops. Mills has got 6.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
1:49 left in the third quarter. And here's Barnes for 3. The shot no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3 ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with Damon Bruce, who's standing by.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Time to bring you up to speed on the games in the West that have already gone final. For Memphis, it was a win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Michael Connolly was their leading scorer. At Energy Solutions Arena, the Jazz ended up losing to the Mavericks. It was Trey Burke leading them in scoring. That's it for us now. Let's get you back on out to the second half of action. Kevin?
Thanks as always, Damon, for the information.
Yeah, you got to love what's happening out west today. Some big games. A lot of attention is going to be placed out there today.
Ball outside. He dishes it to Turkoglu. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
All right, an opportunity here to check out some stats for Chris Paul. What a string of games he's put together here lately. I mean, he's in high gear. Check out the stats. He's averaging 16 points, 10 assists, and just over 2 steals. And he really brings that offensive firepower to this team. Finding ways to score is his specialty.
Yeah, that's his identity, Steve, among other contributions, obviously. But the ability to make plays that put up points, that's a major weapon in his arsenal.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. For San Antonio, they've had an off night from the stripe tonight. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. .44 seconds left to play here in the third. And Ginobili, here we go. 5 on the clock. Shot from 12. And the rejection by Turkoglu.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Spurs have really been struggling with their free throws, only made 5. More misses than makes so far.
Well, you know, Tim Duncan really is a coach on the floor, guys. He knows every play in their playbook, front to back, and position 1 through 5. I think he could coach the team if he had to.
Splitter is checked in for the Spurs. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Spurs trail by 15. It's Ginobili with the drive. Here's Splitter. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Barnes passes to Paul. He lobs it up, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Here's Joseph, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Clippers on top, up by 15. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Coming up next Monday, March 17th, the Phoenix Suns take on Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets, the East against the West. You don't want to miss it.
Let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Clippers leading by 15. Danny Granger out there with Davis. Then it's Hedo Turkoglu. Then it's Matt Barnes. And it's Paul in at the point. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And saved a likely dunk there.
Yeah, very smart foul under the circumstances. You can't allow him to just throw it down on him.
And he makes the first.
Boy, this is a neat story, guys. Danny Green was undrafted out of North Carolina. And another nice find for perhaps the best organization in all of sports, the San Antonio Spurs. He's an excellent three-point shooter, over 40% from three-point range for his career. He helps that team spread the floor, and that energizes their high-powered offense.
It's Parker with the drive. Rejected by Turkoglu. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Manu Ginobili.
Into the lineup of the Spurs.
Parker outside, passes to Leonard, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. And Green, nice versatility too, not just an outside shooter.
No, he's an excellent defensive player. In fact, Greg Popovich calls upon him to often guard the opponent's best wing player. So for Green, a two-way player, a guy who can get it done at both ends of the floor.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Clippers leading by 11. Paul kicks to Turkoglu. Back to Paul. Granger from outside. A rebound by the Spurs. Splitters got his third rebound tonight. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
Paul dishes to Turkoglu. Barnes passes to Paul. Turkoglu kicks to Paul. 4 on the shot clock. A 3 from Barnes. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And the Clippers call time here.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
Yeah, and guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout, just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Paul kicks to Griffin, poked loose. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And Jordan sends it back.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Punches it down.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Now, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
19 seconds on the shot.
San Antonio with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. San Antonio again missing. Clippers leading by 11. Paul goes in, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
I'll tell you what, that is going to be an alley-oop we'll see on the highlight reel the next few days.
Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Green. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Griffin with it. Now guarded by Diaw. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been. Controlling the action.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Collison's out there. Spurs trail by 15. Parker kicks to Splitter. The jump hook, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Tony Parker.
Got his 4th assist in this one. LA's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Now Griffin inside. Dives for it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
15 seconds.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Parker drives in. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Clippers leading by 11. Paul outside. He feeds it to Barnes. Back to Paul. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Spurs trail by 11. And there's a call on Matt Barnes. That's his 5th foul.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. My goodness, he can't stay out of the way of foul.
Duncan, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. Green inside the three-point line, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Boy, they've really won the battle of the boards in this one, Kevin.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Yeah, there's no agenda. I mean, the ball's just moving to whoever is open, and as a result, they've kind of developed a clicking kind of pace to their game. It's been fun to watch.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul. Spurs trail by 11. Parker dishes to Green. The feed to Leonard. Tipped away.
Now, poor decision there. He left his feet. It looked like he was going to shoot and then changed his mind at the last second.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
And you're right, their ability to get the rebound, a big help here.
Always a big help, and because of that effort, they're going to win going away. So
he can't get either to fall. And let's What's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Clippers?
How about all the points they're getting off turnover?
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Both free throws good from Griffin.
Well, when you talk about the most fearsome finishers in the league, you got to put Blake Griffin right at the top of the list. I mean, he's a high riser, and he's able to dunk with authority over the top of defenders like very few in the league can.
They kick it out to Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Well, clearly we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. And I think this was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shots.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Hedo Turkoglu. You can set a tone with defense, and that is exactly what he did with how he protected the rim. Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And with Griffin, the dunks always get top billing, but he is more than just a dunker, or at least would hope to be more than just a dunker.
Well, he's a rebounder and an underrated passer for a big man. His touch outside is improving as well, so this is what you want to see from Griffin. Just incremental improvement each year.
None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
Green kicks to Davis. Some solid defense right there from Joseph. Ginobili missed. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin. And Blake, the team was really clicking out here tonight. How does it feel to be able to play like this?
It was great. You know, the best part about it is how everybody was playing. You know, we were all in our best game, and we all played well, and that's what we did tonight, and that's what's promising.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve.
This that Kid Money Gang shit. I don't really love